Hello, students. I hope you all are fine and studying seriously these days. Here, I welcome you all to the platform of recorded sessions of English that make learning easy and enjoyable for you. In my opinion, you all are best enjoying and learning through these online classes and recorded sessions that your worthy teachers are trying to render to you. And in this recorded session of English, I will read and explain to you today the eighth lesson of your book, Footprints Without Feet, and its caption is The Hack Driver. Okay, you students already know that this lesson is still ongoing, and we have to just pick it up from page number 49 just after the second para has ended. Okay, and before starting, I should tell you one thing कि बेटा, we have completed this lesson to the point that the hack driver is ready to take the narrator to Lutkins. And he thinks that Lutkins might be there at the back of Fred's shop for playing poker. And the narrator has now told the driver his real purpose to meet Oliver Lutkins. Okay, so now let's start. So the same line is given here. Let's start, driver. Here the narrator asks the car driver to go to Fred's shop in search of Lutkins. Then, most folks around here call me Bill or Magnuson. My business is called William Magnuson Fancy Karting and Hacking. The hack driver now tells the narrator his name, Bill Magnuson, and even introduces him to his business, that is William Magnuson Fancy Karting and Hacking. All right, Bill, shall we proceed to Fritz? तो वो जो नैरेटर है वो कहता है ठीक है बहुत बढ़िया बिल चलो आप चलते हैं फ्रिट्स की शॉप पर ही आस्क्स द हैक ड्राइवर टू गो स्ट्रेट टू फ्रिट्स शॉप Yes, Lutkins is just as likely to be there as anywhere. Plays a lot of poker. He's good at deceiving people. Deceiving means cheating with. Bill seemed to admire Lutkins' talent for dishonesty. I felt that if he had been a policeman, he would have caught Lutkins respectfully and jailed him with regret. So the hack driver says that they should go to Fred's shop instantly as Lutkins may be there. He plays poker a lot there. Then Bill seemed to be praising Lutkins' talent of deceiving people. So the narrator imagined if the hack driver had been in police, he would have been sorry to arrest and jail Lutkins. Okay. Bill led me into Fred's. Have you seen Oliver Lutkins around today? Friend of his looking for him, said Bill cheerily. So Bill took the narrator straight to Fred's shop and he himself went in and asked Fritz, while smiling at him, if he had seen Lutkins anywhere that day. ठीक है ना तो वो सीधा नैरेटर को फ्रिट्स की दुकान पर ले जाता है खुद अंदर जाता है हैक ड्राइवर और फ्रिट्स से पूछता है क्या आपने आज कहीं ऑलिवर लटकिंस को देखा है फ्रिट्स लुक्ड एट मी हाइडिंग बिहाइंड बिल He hesitated and then admitted, yes, he was in here a little while ago. Guess he has gone over to Gustav's to get a shave. Okay, then Fritz looked at the narrator first, who was standing behind the driver, then hesitantly said that Lutkins had been there in his shop a little while before and now might have gone to Gustav's shop for a shave. And here Gustav is a barber. Okay, well, if he comes in, tell him I'm looking for him. Okay, then Bill told Fritz that if Lutkins again came there, then he should tell him that Bill was looking for him. We drove to Gustav's barber shop. Again Bill went in first and I lingered at means stayed at the door. He asked not only the Swede is a nationality. It is used here for the person Gustav. Okay, like American, Indian, Japanese, this way. So Swede, a person belonging to Sweden. He asked not only the Swede but two customers if they had seen Lutkins. The Swede had not. He said angrily, I haven't seen him and don't care to. But if you find him, you can just collect that $35 he owes me. One of the customers thought he had seen Lutkins walking down Main Street, this side of the hotel. So this time they went to Gustav's barber shop. Again, Bill went in first, and the narrator stayed at the door. Okay, and the hack driver asked the shopkeeper, Gustav, about the whereabouts of Lutkins. ठीक है, तो वो तो गुस्से में आ जाता है। वो जो स्वीड था, स्वीड का मतलब स्वीडन कंट्री से बिलोंग करने वाला जो वो पर्सन था गस्टैफ, वो तो गुस्से में आ गया। वो बोला मैंने नहीं देखा है और ना ही मैं देखना चाहूंगा, और अगर तुम्हें वो मिल जाए कहीं पे भी तो उससे मेरे $35 जो है वो ले लेना। वो आज भी $35 से मेरा कर्जदार है। एंड एज द हैक ड्राइवर हैड आस्क्ड टू ऑफ हिज कस्टमर्स एज वेल, तो उनमें से एक बोला कि हाँ मैंने आज लटकिंस को देखा था, वो मेन स्ट्रीट में से होता हुआ जा रहा था होटल के पास से। As we climbed back into the hack, Bill concluded that since Lutkins had exhausted his credit at Gustav's, he had probably gone to Gray's for a shave. At Gray's barber shop, we missed Lutkins by only 5 minutes. He had just left, probably for the pool room. Pool room is a place where people come for gambling. जुआ घर बोलते हैं इसे। At the pool room, it appeared that he had just bought a pack of cigarettes and gone out. So we pursued him, just behind him, but never catching him. For an hour till it was past 1 o'clock. I was hungry, but I had so enjoyed Bill's rough country opinions about his neighbors that I scarcely cared whether I found Lutkins or not. So when they both came back on the cart, Bill told the narrator that as Lutkins had lost his credibility there at Gustav's barber shop, he must have now gone to Gray's shop for a shave. And when they both reached Gray's shop, they missed Lutkins only by 5 minutes. तो यहाँ क्या हुआ कि जब वो वापस एक बार हॉर्स कार्ट पर आकर के बैठे, तो बिल ने ये कंक्लूजन निकाला कि जैसा कि गस्टैफ बार्बर शॉप पर लटकिंस अपनी क्रेडिबिलिटी खो चुका है, यहाँ आता है शेव करवाता है और उसके बाद पैसा देता नहीं है, $35 इसके कर रखे हैं, ठीक है। सो इस वजह से यहाँ तो उसकी क्रेडिबिलिटी खत्म हो चुकी है। सो ही मस्ट हैव गॉन टू ग्रेज शॉप फॉर अ शेव, एंड व्हेन दे रीच देयर, तो वहां पे क्या पता चला कि दे हैड missed Lutkins only by 5 minutes. That then they got to know that Lutkins might have gone to pool room. तो फिर उन्हें वहां जाकर के ग्रे की दुकान पे पता चला कि भाई वो आया था और अभी 5 मिनट पहले निकला है। So they missed Lutkins only by 5 minutes, and then they came to know that Lutkins might have gone to the pool room. अब शायद वो जुआ घर गया होगा, और जब वो वहां जुआ घर पहुंचते हैं, they got to know that Lutkins had come there, purchased a packet of cigarettes, and then left. Hence, they pursued Lutkins for a whole hour without catching him. Then it was 1 o'clock, past 1 o'clock, and the narrator was hungry. Till that time, the narrator had enjoyed Bill's company so much that he didn't care the least about Lutkins. Okay, and he was feeling amused by Bill's rough country opinion about his neighbors. How about something to eat? I suggested. Here, the narrator asked the car driver what his plan was about having the lunch. Let's go to a restaurant and I'll buy you lunch. Here, the narrator asked the hack driver to go to a restaurant where they both could have their meal, and he told Bill that he would pay for his meal as well. वो उसे कहता है कि चलो किसी रेस्टोरेंट में चलते हैं, मुझे भूख लग रही है और खाना खाते हैं, मैं तुम्हारे लिए भी खाना परचेज कर लूंगा, मतलब तुम्हारे खाने का भी मैं पे कर दूंगा. Well, I ought to go home to the wife. I don't care much for these restaurants. Only 4 of them and they are all bad. Tell you what we will do. We will get the wife to pack up a lunch for us. She won't charge you more than $50, and it would cost you more for a greasy meal in a restaurant, and we will go up to Wade's Hill and enjoy the view while we eat. Then the hack driver says that, in his opinion, they should go to his wife and ask her to pack their meal. And she won't charge the narrator more than half a dollar. And on the other hand, he doesn't care about the restaurants of New Million क्योंकि वहाँ पे only कितने हैं, चार ही restaurants हैं and they all are very bad. They offer very bad oily type of food. इस तरह का तो वहाँ पे खाना होता है, बहुत ही ऑयली सा, बेकार सा. एंड फॉर दैट द नैरेटर विल हैव टू पे अ लॉट ऑफ मनी. तो वो कहता है कि बजाय इस तरह के रेस्टोरेंट्स में खाना खाने की, वी शुड गो टू माई वाइफ एंड आई विल आस्क हर टू पैक आवर लंच एंड शी वॉन्ट चार्ज यू मोर देन हाफ अ डॉलर. ठीक है. एंड देन वी विल गो टू वेड्स हिल. कहाँ चलेंगे? वेड्स हिल, इस पहाड़ी पर जाएंगे एंड एंजॉय the serene beauty while we have our lunch. I know that Bill's helpfulness to the young fellow from the city was not entirely a matter of brotherly love. I was paying him for the time for his time, and in the end I paid him for 6 hours including the lunch hour at what was then a very high price. Here, the narrator says that he valued that Bill's helpfulness for him was not completely his brotherly love, as he would have to pay him for all the time that he was spending with the narrator. Okay, and even in the end, the narrator had to pay him for 6 hours, even including the lunch hour, and it was too much at that time. 6 hours का पैसा उसने पे किया. कितने के हिसाब से? $2 पर आवर के हिसाब से, यानी कि $12, जिसमें उसने लंच आवर भी इंक्लूड कर दिया था उस हैक ड्राइवर ने. और ये बहुत ज्यादा प्राइस थी, बहुत ज्यादा अमाउंट थी जो उसने उस समय पे की. ओके, बट ही वॉज नो मोर डिसऑनेस्ट देन आई चार्ज्ड द होल थिंग टू द फर्म, बट इट वुड हैव बीन वर्थ पेइंग हिम माई सेल्फ टू हैव हिज प्रेजेंस. Okay, so the narrator here says that Bill was not more dishonest than him, as he charged the whole amount from his firm the very next day that he had spent there in New Million. But he says that for the pleasant and enjoyable company of Bill, he was ready to pay the whole amount from his pocket as well. His cheerful country wisdom was very refreshing to a country boy like myself who was sick of the city life. Who was sick of the city. Okay. So the narrator found the talking of Bill very refreshing for himself, as he was very fed up with the city life. Okay. And as we sat on the hilltop looking over the pastures means grassland, घास के मैदान, and creek means stream, nadi, which slipped among the trees, he talked of New Million and painted a picture in words of all the people in it. So when they both were sitting there on the hilltop, Wade's Hill, okay, they saw the beautiful pastures and creek that slipped among the trees. At that time, Bill told the narrator a lot about New Million and its people. And through his words, he tried to create the pictures of people living there. Okay. He noticed everything, but no matter how much he might laugh at people, he also understood and forgave their foolishness. So, Bill used to notice the foolish behavior of the people there and even laughed at them, but never minded. Okay. He described the minister's wife. Here the word minister means priest, father. He described the minister's wife who sang the loudest in church when she was most in debt. So here Bill told the narrator about the wife of a priest, and the lady had a habit to sing in the loudest tone of her voice in the church whenever she had much debt. जब भी कभी इस लेडी के ऊपर, यानी जो मिनिस्टर था उसकी वाइफ के ऊपर जब भी कभी बहुत ज्यादा कर्ज होता, तो वो इसी तरह बहुत जोर जोर से प्रे किया करती थी चर्च में, इस उम्मीद में कि शायद भगवान मुझसे खुश हो जाए और मुझे इस तरह की प्रॉब्लम से निजात दिलाए. ओके. ही ऑल्सो he commented on the boys who came back from college in fancy clothes. Okay, so even he commented about the fancy dresses of some young boys who were coming back from their college. He commented about the fancy dresses of some young boys who were coming back from their college. He told about the lawyer whose wife could never succeed in getting him to put on both a collar and a tie on the same day. And he told the narrator of a lawyer whose wife could never succeed in making him put on both the collar and a tie together at the same time. Okay. ही मेड दैम ऑल लाइव. तो इस तरह की बातें वो बता रहा था. मतलब इट वॉज ऑल अ डिटेल्ड डेस्क्रिप्शन अबाउट सच पीपल. सो नैरेटर को ऐसा लगने लगा जैसे सपोज दैट कि सब कुछ मेरी आंखों के सामने ही हो रहा हो. मानो कि सब कुछ मेरी आंखों के सामने ही हो रहा हो. On that day, I came to know New Mullion better than I did the city and to love it better. So this way, the narrator felt quite pleased hearing so much about that place, New Mullion, and its people. Um, he found the town New Mullion full of simple people with no smartness like that of the city people. उसको ऐसा लगता है कि जिस तरह शहर के लोग बाग बहुत तेज तर्राक होते हैं, आई बस समझ में, जरूरत से ज्यादा ही. ठीक है. और इस तरह के यहाँ नहीं मिलते. यहाँ के लोग बाग कैसे होते हैं? दे ऑल आर सिंपल. ठीक है. विद नो स्मार्टनेस लाइक दैट ऑफ द सिटी फॉक्स. देयरफॉर ही लाइक द प्लेस अ लॉट. और वहां की लोग बाग भी. Okay, so Bill didn't know about colleges and cities, but he had traveled around a lot of the country and had had a lot of jobs. So Bill had no knowledge about cities and colleges as he had never got any opportunity to visit these places. But he had traveled a lot of villages and towns and had even done a number of jobs. From his adventures, he had brought back a philosophy of simplicity and laughter. सो जहां जहां भी वो गया उसने अलग अलग जगहों पर जाकर बहुत सारे काम भी किए. तो जहां जहां भी गया वहां से वो खुद की एक आइडियोलॉजी डेवलप करके लाता. या तो सिंप्लिसिटी से रिलेटेड होती थी या फिर वो खुश रहने से रिलेटेड. यहाँ पे लाफर का मतलब क्या है? खुश रहने से रिलेटेड. He strengthened me. So this way, the narrator felt as if the hack driver had strengthened him. उसे बहुत energize किया हो, ऐसा उसे feel होता है. We left that peaceful scene of meadows and woods, woods means forests, and resumed our search of Oliver Ludkins. We could not find him, and at last Bill cornered a friend of Ludkins and made him admit what he guessed. Oliver has gone out to his mother's farm 3 miles north. So, after having their meal, they left that beautiful place of meadows and forests and resumed their search for Oliver Ludkins. But they couldn't find him that day, though they had tried a lot. At last, Bill forced one of Ludkin's friend to accept that he had gone to his mother's farm, which was 3 miles away from New Mullion. तो खाना अपना खाने के बाद क्या होता है कि वो वहां से चल पड़ते हैं और एक बार फिर से ओलिवर लटकिंस की तलाश करना शुरू करते हैं. ठीक है. लेकिन वो नहीं ढूंढ पाते उस दिन. फिर आखिरकार बिल को एक दोस्त दिखाई देता है लटकिंस का और वो उसे फोर्सफुली ये उगलवाता है, उससे कहलवाता है कि वो कहाँ है. फिर वो उसे बता देता है कि वो कहाँ गया हुआ है. वो अपनी माँ के फार्म पर गया हुआ है जो कि वहां से यानी न्यू मलियन से 3 माइल्स दूर था. ठीक है. सो वी ड्रॉप आउट देयर लेइंग प्लान्स. तो उसके बाद हम वहां की ओर रवाना हो लिए प्लान्स बनाते हुए कि किस तरह वहां जाएंगे, बात करेंगे. ओके. So now I hope you all have understood. Thanks for watching the video. May you all have a good day ahead.